Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulullah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa mawala. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Qul inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin la sharika lahu bidhalika umirtu ana wal muslimin. My dear respected sisters and brothers, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We resume our meeting for the second day on Sunday for this program of counseling, and we are grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who gave us this golden opportunity to live another day. I mean, to live another day is not easy, but to have another day is a golden opportunity to be grateful to Allah and to be thankful, so as at least we can do something better for ourselves and preparing ourselves to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who knows? The last minute of our life might be that minute that will lead us either to Jannah or, God forbid, to hell. And we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on a daily basis what Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say, Allahumma ajma' qulubana ala mahabbatik wasta'milna fi ta'atik. Number one. Oh Allah, unite our hearts for your love and use us on the obedience for you. The second dua, اللهم اجعل خير أعمالنا خواتيمها وخير أيامنا يوم لقائك. Please Allah, make our deeds and action, the very last one, to be the best. And make the best day for us, the day we are going to meet you. The best last minute of our time is to do the best. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us in many places in the Qur'an, وَلَنَجْزِيَنَّهُمْ بِأَحْسَنِ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. We are going to reward them with the best of what they have done in life. And if the last minute is the best and you get A++, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will prorate everything to A++. If once in life you got A or A++, and the others are B and C and D, he said, don't worry, I'll prorate everything up. Proration, huh? It's not curving the curve for, you know how professors, they make curving. He said, no, I don't believe in curving, I believe in proration. Try your best once in life to get A++. How? I don't know. Each one has different ways of approaching Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to please Allah. So today, before we start anything, we have to refresh our memory what we have done yesterday. If each and every one can share with us loudly whatever you thought we have taken yesterday. Whoever wants to start, say, we got this subject or that subject, not the detail of the subject. Titles of subject that we covered yesterday. Yes, Dr. Soraya.
We covered the subject of how women and men should behave with each other as husband and wife.
Did we discuss this?
Yes. The do's and the don'ts.
Okay, very good. The do's and the don'ts. Very good. What else we covered yesterday?
How we deal with our children, about the Islam and the...
Did we discuss how we deal with our children? Such as?
Up to the age of 7 and then 7 to 14 and onward.
Very good. It's good. You see, sometimes either I forgot or I want to refresh your memory so as it will not be only. What else we have covered yesterday? Yes.
Lots of tales that you told us about the Sahabas and Rasulullah, all the stories that were like example for us, the sacrifices they gave and how to.
You mean you enjoyed those stories? I forgot them, but if you remember any story, well and good. I hope you will take those stories with you in your private and public life, inshallah, and try to see how to practice them. God bless you. Yes, sister.
A lot of new prayers, du'as. I learned a lot of prayers.
MashaAllah. So also we covered a good number of dua on different occasions, which we need them very badly in our private life and public life. And I hope you can make use of them, inshallah, because these are the good relationship between us and Allah. Now we are talking to each other. Don't you want to talk to Allah? Yes. Don't you want Allah to listen to you? Yes. And many of us pass usually through problem. We need to cry on the shoulder of who? Mom and dad, they may not help you. Police may not help you. Nobody will help you. The only one who help us is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in order to be helped, if we have a problem, we have to make dua and we have to make salat. What is the salat that we have to make? Salat al-hajat. And through the salat al-hajat, Allah inshallah will solve our problem. Anything we have talked yesterday?
We talked about how to make dua, and the discipline that goes with it, and the dedication of
The rules and regulations.
and the
In
time.
order that our dua will be accepted, there are so many factors that we have to discipline ourselves with it before and during. And also another one concerning dua, we spoke about whom Allah accept their dua. What else did we cover yesterday in the morning? The first subject we have covered yesterday in the morning was the longest one, from 1 to 15. Itemization. We are refreshing our memory till you come.
Family values.
Family values, and we spoke about family values and the importance of a family. How we should consider the family is the cornerstone. Maybe the only thing I did not mention, the word family in Arabic means what? Usra or aila?
Extended family.
That is ashira and qabila. The first cornerstone is called usra, means aila, means family. And usra came from the Arabic word of asara ya'siru asiran, which means that you are captive to your husband. Captive? No, I don't want to be captive. No, also he is captive to you. In order to live peacefully as husband, wife, and as a family, the moment you are going to get married, remember you are no more free. Yeah, you want me to be captive? Yes, that is a family. Who told you to marry? The moment you get married, you have to understand, now I'm a captive to my partner. Captivity. But in order that you allow your partner captive, you have to tell her, as doctor said it this morning, Muzaffar, he told his wife, Ya Habibati, Ya Muhjata Qalbi. And therefore, if you don't tell your wife, Ya Habibati, Ya Muhjata Qalbi, so why she should love you and she is captive to you and you are captive to her? So the words, mawadda, love, affection, sympathy, concern, mercy, all these, and consultation, not bossing, will make you captive to each other. And aila came from ail, kay la ta'ulu. He said, don't marry too many, otherwise you'll be overloaded with too many responsibility. One is enough for you. You want more? Go ahead. But you'll have problem between the two wives. You'll have financial problem. You have everything problem. You know, by the way, as we said yesterday, Bible doesn't limit any number. You can marry as many as you want. Torah doesn't limit. Any religion before Islam? No. Even it was reported Dawood alayhi salam had 99 wives. So before Islam there is no limit. But Islam has limited because of situation. Not for luxury, to be proud, Allah, I have 2 wives, I have 3 wives, I have 4. No. If there is a situation like Bosnia, what to do with those ladies? Whether they were married before or they were still single girls. Either they'll be mistresses, prostitute, or immoral, or whatnot. Otherwise, you have to encourage your husband, take another one. You tell your husband? No, she said no. She will feel jealous. Type, what can you do? Imagine yourself, you are that lady.
I'll find somebody who's not married or who's a widower.
Where are we? In America, most of us, we die before you. Most of the men die before the women. Suppose we have a large number of widows, Muslim widows in America. What would you do, you sisters? You are widows. You stay widow the rest of your life. Okay, live
I'll
it.
refer them to Shahada.
Now we are facing this problem now. We are facing this problem. Immigrant Muslims, Immigrant Muslims whose husband died and they are now with little children. What to do with them? No one wife will allow you to marry a second one. Would you allow your husband to marry a second one? No. He's here. Is he here? Is he here? See? No, it's not. It's a human nature. No one wants it for herself. But if you are in that trouble, You say, I wish I have a husband, even I'm second wife or third wife, so what? But I want companionship rather than loneliness. It's not the sex appetite, it's the companionship and the get out of loneliness. You know, even suppose you go out of town for a week, Brother Mujib, okay? And leave her by herself and see what will happen. Take the children with you for overseas and let her stay for 1 week in America. You know, she will tell you, I'm scared to death to be by myself in my home, and as if any number, any click of a door, click, which is weather, wind, she'll be scared that somebody is invading her house, and she will say, no way, I don't want. So it's a human nature that Islam has solved the problem. I'm not here, to push the idea, but we are trying to discuss the idea. So in case, although in this country they don't allow you, and Islam doesn't encourage it unless there is a problem. And that is a problem. Don't misunderstand. I'm saying if there is a problem, but still we will not allow it. Even if we go now to the Muslim world, no one woman wants a second wife for her husband. It's a human nature. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala encouraged Ibrahim alayhi salam, that his wife encouraged him to have Hajar, and they felt happy, but when she get the baby, she doesn't have the baby, then the jealousy, he said, take her all the way. Poor fellow, he has to travel between Jerusalem and Mecca, back and forth. Is it easy? No planes, no cars, nothing. On horses or camels, it was not easy, yes.
I had one question. You know, it's good to get them married, like for instances in Bosnia and stuff like that. But when 2 or 3 women live in one house, then always there is tension and almost all the time. So don't you think that will kill the husband faster rather than just...
It kills what? The husband faster? Why?
Because there's so much tension. I mean, he cannot handle one, how can he handle 3?
So,
I mean, in reality, in this day and age, there's a rat race.
So even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, كَيْ لَا تَعُولُوا, so as you will not be overburdened. It's not only financially, even, responsibility and even emotions, even love, even you cannot. وَلَن تَعْدِلُوا. He says it in Qur'an, وَلَن تَعْدِلُوا بَيْنَ النِّسَاءِ وَلَوْ حَرَصْتُمْ. Even if you want to make adl, you cannot make adl. So, but which is better, prostitution and immoral life, or accept the moral life? We are discussing issue. We are not now pushing the idea. No, I don't like it myself. My wife was not like it. All of us don't like it. But we are discussing the subject, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala solved it morally rather than immorally. But we can discuss. We are not executing, and don't push the idea. Ahmad Sakr is coming for that idea. It's not me, It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Raise 1 second, one by one.
Just wanted to make a comment that the more we study Islam, it seems that it's the religion of the community rather than the individual.
God bless you.
And they are looking for the welfare of the community. It starts with the family and extends, to the larger ummah.
Yes.
So that's why our laws sometimes are not the ones we agree with individually. It might hurt us or cause pain individually, but collectively that's the best thing for us.
I'm glad that you said what you said. It is from the individual to the family to the community, and the community back to the family, back to the individual. It is intertwined together. I cannot live individually and say me and myself and that's it. No. I cannot say to my wife me and myself and I don't care for you. So as I said, it is usra means captive, and both of you are captive to each other. And aila means you are overburdened with responsibility. And the more you marry extra, the more responsible. So he said, one is enough for you. But we are discussing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why in the world Allah allowed it more in order to solve a problem. We don't have the problem, don't worry. As she said, we'll find a husband who his wife died to marry that widow and so on. But most of the men die before the woman. That's the problem. Now we said that yesterday also we gave a good number of dua, and this dua maybe we have gone through it, but I remind myself and yourself with it. There are 4 items between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are still refreshing our spirituality before we go to the nitty-gritty. There are 4 items between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of them is for Allah. One of them is for Allah. And one of them is for you. And the third one between you and Allah. And the fourth one between you and your people, the other people. We said yesterday, the one for Allah is not to have shirk. The second one for you. The second one is for you. Anything you do, something good, Allah is going to give you credit for it. And the third one that is between you and Allah, you make the dua and Allah answer your dua. And the fourth one, which is between you and the people, you have to feel happy for them, whatever you feel happy for yourself. Don't say me, 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 me. No, I want to have everybody happy. As much as you want to be happy, I want everybody happy. You want a Cadillac? I wish every Muslim will have a Cadillac. You want a big mansion? I love to see every Muslim has a mansion. If you want $1 million, I wish every Muslim has a $1 million. Not for the sake of controlling money, just for using it fi sabilillah. And means don't be selfish too much for yourself. Love for them and be happy if anybody has anything good. And don't be jealous, feel envy. The big difference between jealousy and enviness. Jealousy, I hate to see you happy or rich or whatnot. How come you, not me? That is jealousy. That's no way. Envy, alhamdulillah, I'm happy to see you are happy. I'm happy to see you are well-to-do. I'm happy to see you healthy. I'm happy to see you having happiness of this world. The other one, this is the dua qunut. Some Muslim do it in Fajr, some Muslim do it in Witr, some Muslim can do it anytime. This we gave it to you yesterday. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught this dua from Al-Hasan radiyallahu anh, the grandson of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught him to say the following: Allahumma hdini fi man hadait. Oh Allah, guide me among others you guide. You see, he didn't say me and only. He said, guide me among the others that you are guiding. وَعَافِنِي فِي مَنْ عَافَيْتَ. Give me good health among those whom you are giving good health. No selfishness, sharing it with others. وَعَافِنِي وَتَوَلَّنِي فِي مَنْ تَوَلَّيْتَ. Take care of me like wali, like guardian, supervising me, and like you take care of anyone else. وَبَارِكْ لِي فِي مَا أَعْطَيْتَ. And bless me for whatever you give me. Anything you give me, even the little, let it be blessed. The $1 I receive, if it is blessed, it looks like $100 for food, for clothing, for... I told you yesterday, sometimes you may have $1 million and there is no blessing in it. So don't worry about the quantity of the money or other things. Worry about to be blessed. You may have one clothes. As we said yesterday, stories of the clothes. One clothes is being blessed rather than 100 and nothing. وَقِنِي شَرَّ مَا قَضَيْتَ. Whatever you have decided to have something, it could be bad. Please, Allah, protect me from it. There is shar. Shar means mischief or bad thing to happen. Let it not be on me. Or if it is coming to me, protect me from it. فَإِنَّكَ تَقْضِي وَلَا يُقْضَى عَلَيْكَ. You can decide and nobody can decide on you or for you. وَلَا يَذِلُّ مَنْ وَلَيْتَ. Anyone whom you take care of is not going to be dhalil because you are taking care of them and protect. وَلَا يَعِزُّ مَنْ عَادَيْتَ. Nobody is going to be aziz if Allah hates him. You cannot be. If Allah hates you, khalas, you lost everything. تَبَارَكْتَ رَبَّنَا وَتَعَالَيْتَ. Barakah from you, Ya Allah, and you are above everything. وصلى الله على محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Now, to reassure that you should go and make dua every day, in this hadith, dua Qudsi, Allah Azza wa Jal يقول: يا ابن آدم إنك ما دعوتني ورجوتني غفرت لك. Anytime you make dua and you ask Allah forgiveness, He said, I will forgive you. What else you want? All what it need, I'm sorry, Ya Allah. Is it too much to say I'm sorry? To Allah maybe it's yes, but husband to say to his wife, I'm sorry? No way. Father, mother to say to their children, I'm sorry, it's not easy. Huh? But we have to crush our ego. Shaitan tells us, don't say sorry. I'm PhD, I'm MD, I'm professor, I'm the father, I'm the husband. How can I apologize? Shaitan comes and tells us. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, anytime you make dua and you plead your case for any mistake you have done, say, I'm going to forgive you. Which means also we have to forgive each other. None of us is an angel. We make mistakes. And therefore, if I come and say, I'm sorry, would you forgive me? If you don't forgive me, then you go to Allah and say, please Allah forgive me. He said, I'm not going to forgive you because you did not forgive me. So on two levels, huh? The second, he said, I don't mind for any number of mistakes. يا ابن آدم لو بلغت ذنوبك عنان السماء ثم استغفرتني غفرت لك ولا أبالي. Even if your mistakes, you come to Allah as much as from here to the heaven. Millions of mistakes, you come to Allah and say, I'm sorry, Ya Allah. He said, Toba, Toba, khalas, huh? You will not repeat the same thing, misery. He said, I will forgive you. But I have millions of mistakes. Now you are coming with full tawbah. As long as you come with full tawbah, he said, don't worry, I will forgive you. يا ابن آدم إنك لو أتيتني بقراب الأرض خطايا ثم لقيتني لا تشرك بي شيئا لأتيتك بقرابها مغفرة. Even if you come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala full of mistakes, as much as the sands, how many sands the earth has? Can you count how many pieces of grains of sand in the whole planet Earth? And you came to Allah with that number of mistakes to Allah, and you said, please Allah, khalas, toba, toba, toba. We said, I will forgive you. Is it good or bad? Does it teach us a good lesson? How to be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Yesterday we have taken others, trying to refresh memory with those dua, but there are too many of them. Anybody remember any other dua that we took yesterday, the smallest and not the biggest? Before we go to now? Very good. Allahumma hawalayna wala alayna. What is it for? We said when there is an earthquake or there is a rain, hurricane, El Nino, and all others coming to us, what should we do? We should say Allahumma hawalayna wala alayna. And then things go outside you, around you, but not on you. We remind ourselves also, in case it is coming, whether you like it or not. Of course, this is Allahumma hawalayna wala alayna. Huh? And we said, suppose it is going to hit this piece of land. So the ayah in Surah Al-Mu'minun, Rabbi imma turiyanni ma yu'adun, Rabbi fala taj'alni fil qawmi zalimin. Ya Allah, if it is really going to happen here, let me not be here. Like Prophet Lut, you send angels to him, tell him, get out of the city because he is going to send an earthquake and tumble them upside down and shower them with brimstone. I'm refreshing your memory with all the spirituality before we go to the headache, because counseling is a headache. And you in particular have had enough headache. You need something to refresh your memory with the spirituality. We told you yesterday also another dua, which is, if you say it in the morning, you die in that day, Jannah is waiting for you. If you say it in the evening and you die at night, Jannah is waiting for you. That is Sayyid al-Istighfar. That is the master of all istighfar. The least istighfar to say Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Astaghfirullah al-Azim allazi la ilaha illa huwa al-hayy al-qayyum wa atubu ilayh, and on. But if you say this istighfar, Jannah is waiting for you. This is the master of all istighfar. What is it? To say, Allahumma, if you want to repeat with me, Allahumma, Anta Rabbi, La ilaha illa Ant, khalaqtani, wa ana abduk, wa ana ala ahdika, wa wa'dika, mastata'at, a'udhu bika, min sharri, ma sana'at, abu'u laka, bini'matika, علي وأبوء بذنبي فاغفر لي فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت. Now yesterday we gave you 2 sheets of paper, all of them ربنا ربنا ربنا. You still remember? And we read only the first ربنا. And I hope you try your best. Maybe in the future we can record all these dua on a special tape and make it available. Then at least you will have them, and then maybe it helps you. If you want to read the second Rabbana, second sheet of Rabbana that we gave yesterday, you have it? I gave you 2 sheets yesterday about Rabbana. One has footnotes at the bottom, one doesn't have. You have them, inshallah? Yes? So the second sheet, you repeat after me. Rabbana, iftah baynana wa bayna qawmina bil haqq wa anta khayrul fatihin. Rabbana أفرغ علينا صبرا وتوفنا مسلمين أنت ولينا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. It's enough for the time being because the time is running short. We'll tell you more later, inshallah. Now, today we have still majority of the material we did not cover here. We covered only 1/4 of the material. So maybe in the future we should make it 3 days rather than 2 days. We did not talk yet about the Islamic arbitration. You have to make it as a society, non-profit organization of arbitration. And we gave you in the folder rules and regulation how you establish a non-profit organization for arbitration. Because of the time shortage, you can go through that. And we have the sheet of paper here, but only the outline of that chapter that Islamic arbitration need. Islamic arbitration. The Islamic arbitration, you have to, you put the aims and objective. We wrote it in the document, as well as the conditions for arbitration. You have never ever you start arbitrating unless you make them to sign an agreement. And unfortunately, if they don't sign an agreement for you, useless. You see? You have to tell them, are you ready to agree with our decision? No? So get out of here. Tell them, get out of here. Now, they may come to you for arbitration while their case is still pending in the court. That is gimmicks. They are playing the game on you and the court. They'll try to see if the court give me better chances. Yeah. If you are going to give me better, I'll come to you. I said no. Either you want to taghut, go. You know taghut, kufr. Shirk, go there. You want Allah, come here. So drop the case. How can I drop the case? It's there pending. I said, don't come to me. Either you go to your lawyer and tell him we are solving the problem outside the court, and then we'll bring our case together and we give it to one lawyer instead of 2 lawyers. If you don't make this, believe me, it's headache. I tried it, and I don't agree at all to anyone who comes to me with their case still pending in the court. And please take it seriously. Either they want to listen to you or they want to listen to Taghut. We put the conditions and we put the activities that you should do and who are to be member of that corporation. Now you are doing it individually, to my understanding. But if, before we leave today, think it over seriously, can we make a non-profit organization for arbitration? And make like a court, Islamic court. In Dallas, Texas, they made an Islamic court, non-profit organization, rules and regulation, register it with the state, and now the state says, yes, you want to solve your problem Islamically, go to that Muslim court. Yes.
Who can that be part of religious organization
Yes.
like Islamic Society
Yes.
Center?
It could be part of an Islamic center, but you know, it's better to keep it independent from any Islamic center, either an independent from the scratch or something from an organization. But the moment you give it to one Islamic center, jealousy from other Islamic center don't want to work with you. Why? I don't know. Or you have 6 Islamic center. Every Islamic center should bring you 1 person. So you have 6 individuals to bring them together. If we want really to work for Allah. It's a test from Allah on us whether we should cooperate. Unfortunately, we want only Salat al-Eid to be united and not all of us unite. You see? How in the world we are going to work as Muslim for Allah, for the name of Allah, for families? Suppose one time a case of a family came from one masjid and you belong to another masjid. Go to your masjid. You are not part of my masjid. We are worse than Christians. Christians, they say, you don't belong to my denomination or to my church. I'm Baptist, you are Lutheran. Go to your Lutheran. And even Lutheran, there are two churches Lutheran, one here, one there. No, you belong to that church, you go to that. They will solve it. I'm not your minister, that minister. So seemingly Muslims in America, I don't know here, Muslims in America are reaching that level of me, I don't care for anybody. If you come from another center, we help, but we don't help efficiently as it should be unless you are. But Islam says, no, I want to help everybody irregardless. I will help non-Muslims even. As I told you yesterday, a Hindu came, I gave him the prescription and he got better job. A Buddhist lady came. A Hindu lady came and the mother and grandmother, we helped them through the Islamic prescriptions. But we help everybody for the love of Allah. We gave them Ayatul Kursi, we gave them Ya Hayy Ya Qayyum bi Rahmatika Astaghith, and we sent them to one Maulana and he wrote so many things for them in order not to be hurt. Well, it worked out. So you try to see who wants to work and who the honorarium, liability, decision, advisors, meeting of the council, chairman of the council, all these, you have them in the document. You can look into a corporation and make it as a non-profit corporation to help the Muslims in order to solve their problems. Now the things that you have another material in the document called securing easy divorce. We don't want to divorce. But do you want to divorce? No. But if there is a divorce, what is the easiest divorce? Outside the court. Settle it. Settle it outside the court. No, I want 100% my way. I said never ever you get 100% what you are thinking of. Neither inside the court nor in the Islamic Sharia. You have to absorb it. The moment you think of divorce, you are losing all what you earn or otherwise. People refuse to do what we told them they went to the court and they lost all their money, all their properties, the house as well as the car, and some of them also lost their children. I said, you see? Why? In Chicago, they refuse. I said, okay, you'll see what's going to happen. He lost his house, he lost the car, and because both have to pay to both lawyers, and finally, because he has to pay her support, child support also, he made her to be crazy, pretended, with the psychiatrists and psychologists. With the help, non-Muslims, And because she is mentally disturbed, she cannot raise the children. And now he lost his job because by choice he decided to lose his job in order not to give her any alimony or child support or anything. So the children were taken from him because he has no money. And she is mentally disturbed, so-called. And now he lost his house, he lost the car, he lost his wife, he lost his children, he became homeless. I said, you see, I told you from the beginning. You think your children are going to be raised by Muslims? No. So it's up to you. You think you want the child? You reverse psychology, tell your wife, take the child. Take the children, I don't want them. You want full custody? Reverse psychology, Say, take everything. You want the car? Take the car. You want the house? Take the house. You want everything? Take it. I'm ready to go and sleep under the tree. So what? I came to America, nothing, I'll go back to square one. What else you want? If she has 1% iman or social reaction, she will say, this crazy man, this my loving husband is giving me everything and I hate. At least she will come back to her moral. The great-grandchild of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, great-grand, his name was A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Great-grand. We remember his name after a minute. Zayn al-Abidin, God bless you. Zayn al-Abidin. Before he got married to his wife, he said, look here, listen, you brothers, how you are going to get engaged to a girl, and you tell her the following. أنا امرؤ سيء الأخلاق سريع الغضب بطيء الفيا. Do you like to marry that man? I am very bad personality. Mischievous person. I'm very bad. I get mad very easily. And it's not easy for me to soothe me. Do you want to marry that type of a crazy man? Would you like, if he has come to you before marriage, I told you that. Honest to God, all of you sisters, would you like to marry that husband who comes to you and say his personality like this? At the time of engagement, he made sure, this is my personality. Sayyi al-akhlaq. Akhlaq, you know akhlaq? Morality and behavior, attitudes, bad. I get very easily disturbed and I get mad very easily for any little thing. And it's not easy for you or me to come back to normal life. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Listen what she said to him. إن أسوأ منك خلقا ذلك الذي يحوجك إلى سوء الخلق. A person who is more vicious than you, more problem than you, more creating problem than you is the one who pushes you to be that. Let me repeat, If you think you are bad, you are not bad by nature, you are bad because somebody pushed you to become bad. Does it make sense? No, doesn't make sense. Because some of you are nodding, others are still watching. Which means she is saying that.
If I am bad, then you're going to get worse.
If you are bad, who made you bad? Who made you behavior bad? Somebody else who is more bad than you, who pushed you to become bad. Which means she was telling, it is me who might be creating the fitna for you to make you bad. Otherwise, you are not, by nature, you are not bad. It's the person who lives with you or going to live with you might be pushing you to do something to create problem for you. So she was putting the blame on her that I might be the source of making you bad. Yes?
But it can be used as an excuse, saying you're making me do this. And a lot of husbands now, in this day and age, they say to their wives that their bad behavior is because they are making them do that.
Yeah, but I mean, those people at that time, she's trying to pacify him.
Yeah, I understand that's a different situation, but you don't want people to think that I don't take any responsibility for my behavior because she is making me.
I know, now we make this excuse every time, that she made me. Why? That story of Zayn al-Abidin, they said they left 10 years, never ever she said to her, shut up, or shh. It's not your business, it's my business. After 10 years, he told her, shh. He felt sorry. How in the world I say to my Habibati, Mawjata qalbi, shh. He felt he's insulting her by demeaning her dignity. He said, I'm sorry, my divorce is in your hand. If you wish to divorce me and get rid of me because of that word. She told him, you took care of me for 10 years, we live happy. Now because a slip of a tongue against me, you think I'm going to use it against you? No. And they forgave each other, forgot about it, came back, live a happy life. How many of us are going to live that type? Never ever you said to your wife, shut up, silence, it's my decision, it's not your decision. Whatever I tell you, you have to listen. I'm the boss, I'm the husband, I'm the father, all of you are to listen. If you want to read Qur'an in the morning, would your husband object to you? No? Why?
It's my habit.
It's your habit in the morning. But he tells you are a medical doctor, you have to rush to your clinic. Your clinic is more important than Qira'at al-Qur'an.
As a matter of fact, that's his time when he brings the cup of coffee.
He should be so happy that you have that habit to read Qur'an in the morning. And he brings you coffee, tell him, honey, sweetheart, sit with me. Read with me Qur'an and listen to me Qur'an. Don't you have children? Is it better to take care of your children or to read Qur'an in the morning?
Read Qur'an.
And then you take care of your children?
Yeah, that comes.
Would it be okay? Like this?
It has to be there.
It has to be okay. Alhamdulillah. So I hope everybody will take it seriously that really Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala demanded from us that we should read Qur'an at Fajr time, after Fajr. Do you read Qur'an in Salat, Surah Baqarah? You cannot. Did you memorize Baqarah? No. It takes half an hour to 1 hour to finish it. So what you should do, you read few surahs, huh? But after you finish Salat, sit and make zikr, tasbih, istighfar, and then read Qur'an 15 minutes. 15 minutes too much. If you say 15 minutes too much to Allah, don't ask Him to take me to Jannah unless you spend that 15 minutes sitting, reading Qur'an. You know what the Mahr for my daughter, my son-in-law? I said, your advanced Mahr is Qur'an, but the late Mahr, daily you sit with your wife and read 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes Qur'an. If you don't do this, I said, that's your late Mahr between you and Allah. If you are not going to do it, in the day of judgment, you are going to be blamed. I love to see every husband, every wife on a daily basis put the Qur'an and read. You tell me I don't know Arabic, I don't know, they didn't teach me. Not like others have taught. I said, okay, put the tape recorder and listen Qur'an. See which surah he is reading, open the Qur'an and follow him. You know, just looking at the Qur'an, you get ibadah, worship. You want to talk to Allah? Yes or no? Do you want Allah to talk to you? He said, open Qur'an and read. For every letter you get, we said yesterday, 10 hasanat. For non-Arabic speaker, get 20 hasanat for every letter. So, and you want really in the daytime to be blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so as your problem will be solved, start your day with Qur'an. And especially at this age that we reach the age of maturity, we are no more teenagers. How our teenagers are going to mimic mom and dad if mom and dad are not going to open Qur'an? Two things I told you yesterday, you have to listen to Qur'an and you have to read Qur'an. Both at in the same day. In Surah Al-A'raf, he said, وَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنِ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ وَأَنصِتُوا لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. In Surah Al-Nahl, فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. And in Surah Al-Isra, he said, أقم الصلاة لدلوك الشمس إلى غسق الليل وقرآن الفجر إن قرآن الفجر كان مشهودا. So you have to read Quran in the morning. And put Allah priority number 1. And then your children number 2. And anything else, your job is number 3. Is career more important than Allah? Allah is number 1. Is it enough what I said now? Let's go now and go to today's series of chapters that we didn't have time yesterday to talk about. Yes.
I have one question on the subject of divorce.
Yes.
And that is khula. I think there's a lot of controversy and
khula.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot more problem with that.
Yeah.
That the Muslim men are saying that women have no right to give the divorce.
Wallahi, this is their misunderstanding, and they want to tell Allah, Ya Allah, you don't understand. I know better than you, Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave permission to both. The husband has the right to divorce, but it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3. If you say to your wife, I divorce you, or if you go and visit your parents, I will divorce you, and you went and visited your parents, does this mean that he divorced you? Because he said, I will divorce you. To divorce you, he has to say it not with emotions. When he is mad, it's 0. But even if he said, I am divorcing you, you are taliq, while he is in a state of anger, it's not counted, it's 0. But it's not free. He has to pay for what he has said. Yes, he has to pay the penalty of what he said, although it is not counted. But Allah will tell him, you have to fast 3 consecutive days because you said the taliq and you don't mean it. You think haphazard, you play with the game of the rules of Allah, Sharia? No. So you have to fast 3 days. But if she is the source of trouble, she aggravates him and she made him to say, yes, give me talaq, give me talaq, give me talaq. Then he will tell her, you are taliq, while he is mad. So she has to fast 3 days and he has to fast 3 days before they join together. They stay in the same house but separate in separate room. So to teach them a lesson, they should not abuse the Sharia of Allah. So that is his. And even if he is in good shape, not in madness, and he says, you are taliq. Who's going to approve it for him? He has to go to the Sharia court, which we don't have it, to a judge, Muslim judge, and tell him, yes, I meant it. Are you sure? No, you may not meant it. He has to verify it. He has to tell him, maybe you didn't mean it. Maybe, in order to bring them back. No, I meant it 1,000,000 times. And there is no hope. Then the judge will try to pacify them finally. If it is true, he said, okay, go back, both of you, to your house and live in the same house for 3 months in separate room. For the Iddah. The Iddah for the wife, 3 months in the same house, and he's to spend on her and take care of her and the whole house and the children, while both are still frowning faces against each other morning and evening and don't talk to each other. Why in the same house? I divorced her. He said, yes, during the process of divorce, she has to live with the same house, and you are responsible for everything. No marital relationship. Why, Ya Allah, you made it this way? He said, in 3 months, you may join together. You may break it. You may apologize to each other. You see each other daily in the kitchen, turning back. Finally, you may soothe it up, and you come back. If you come back to each other, the divorce is broken. And you join to each other without remarrying. It might be the first divorce written, but you join together without marriage. And this is why, but many people come to us, I already divorced her. No, I want to divorce her. Where is she? I sent her to her family. I'm living in, or I closed the apartment or the house. I got rid of it. She is in one house, I'm in another. I said, there is no divorce. You have to stay in the same house. It's over. I said, it's over. Get out of here. Go to the American court. Either you listen to what I tell you or you do whatever. Now, we'll come to your question. I have still many more things to say about it, because this is a really critical issue that needs this description in detail rather than just what I'm saying. Now, wife has the right also to divorce her husband. Her right of divorce is called khul'a. In as much as you as a man, you have the right to divorce your wife, but that is the most hatred, but you are obliged to spend on her during the iddah and then child support, and even after the iddah is over, you are still responsible for her as a babysitter to your children. She has to raise your children. The custody of the children are in the hands of their mother till they reach the age of puberty, and then teenagers. They are independent, and they will be asked, you want father, you want mother, what, where? You want to stay both?
So in Iddah, she has to stay in the same house for 3 months.
Of course, the Iddah. In this Iddah, they have to stay in the very same house 3 months Iddah. Read the Surah Talaq. Surah Talaq is very explicit, that they have to stay 3 months in the house of the husband during the Iddah period. Why? Because they may break it and say, Khalas, Tawbah, we'll come. We forgive you.
Can they get together earlier than 3 months?
Or they have to wait?
No, they can get together next week, next day. This is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that even in the same house, after 3 months, if they don't forgive and forget, taliq, it's over. Talaq is over, they go everything. Now, with the khul'a, now she has the right to divorce her husband for reason or no reason.
But what is that?
The same thing. They have to stay for Iddah 3 months in the same house, but she has the right to go to the court, Muslim court, and go to the judge for reason or no reason. In the days of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one of the ladies, his cousin, she said, Ya Rasulullah, you made me to marry that man. He is excellent Muslim, but I don't like him to be my husband. I don't like him. He's perfect Muslim, but as a husband, no. As a Muslim brother, ahla wa sahla. I don't like him to be a husband. Please give me khul'a. He tried to pacify her, to find excuse. He found she doesn't love him as a husband. He gave her khul'a. She said, take the mahr. Whatever he gave me, take. You want more? I'll give him more. Leave me alone. I don't want anything. So he gave her the khul'a, means talaq. So the word khul'a means through the wife. And she has no right now to also to spend money on him or not, because he is the man who is supposed to. But now if you are professional and she is professional, both of you, you have to make a settlement among yourselves. But even if you promise her the late mahr, $1 million, at that time, the value of $1 million at that time is different than now. You see, also the value has to be according, the value of the dollar has to be changed. Suppose you told her 1 million rupees. At that time, 1 million rupees means a lot, means now nothing. So you have to prorate it, that million to now. But if you make the khul'a for him, you release yourself from that late mahr. You have no right on the late mahr. If you divorce her, you have to give her the late mahr, and you have to give her also child support during the iddah also. And after the iddah also, you have to give her as a babysitter what she is taking care of the children. Means she has to live in a house with the children. It's your children. She has to raise them for you. So you have to buy or rent a house for them, for her, with the children to live peacefully. You have to give her a car. You have to make sure that they'll go to public school. You have to give them health insurance or medical insurance, everything accordingly. This is what we did.
But supposed to be 3 months. Give him back.
One by one, one by one. Yes.
رد إليه حديقته.
Yeah. I'm saying she has to give him the late mahr.
But the حديقته is the mahr it was.
It was mahr. If the mahr is tangible, if the mahr has been eaten, it has been eaten. Suppose you gave her money and then she bought clothing or whatnot. That is the advanced mahr. The second mahr.
But the Rasul عليه الصلاة والسلام said, ردي إليه حديقته.
Because he gave her an orchard, a whole farm. It is still there. Give it back to her, to him, because it is there. But if he gave her money to buy furniture or food or clothing, it's consumable. How can she give him? But the property is there. He said, give him. She said, take it, and I'm going to even to give more than him. Yes.
I have a Muslim patient, and both of them are professionals. But for whatever reason, the husband had given her a hard time. She wants to divorce him, right? But they tried to live together for say like 4 to 6 months. But she just till the kids grow up, she wants to stay not together in different houses, and maybe later on divorce him. Is that Islamically?
Repeat again. She wants
to get divorced.
Yeah.
Right?
They have children?
They have children. Till the children grow up, they don't want to show the children that they want to get divorced. So, how does it work Islamically? Either they stay together or they get divorced in 3 to 4 months, right?
How in the world you are afraid for the children? You are not afraid from Allah? If they are worried about their children, let them stay together and absorb it and reduce their agony. It's not my way or your way, it's our way. It's not the husband or wife, it's our way. For the sake of the children, stay together. You hate each other? Go and apologize to each other. You think you are angel?
No.
You think he is angel? You think your husband is an angel?
He tries to be.
I hope you don't go home and tell her.
He's working very hard.
But humans are better than angels.
Humans are better than angels. Why?
Because we are Ashraf al-Makhluqat.
Because what? Ashraf al-Makhluqat. On what basis?
Well, for the wisdom and the fear of Allah.
But also, if we assume the response, if we assume the amana, Allah gave us the amana. إِنَّا عَرَضْنَا الْأَمَانَةَ عَلَى السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَالْجِبَالِ فَأَبَيْنَ أَنْ يَحْمِلْنَهَا وَأَشْفَقْنَ مِنْهَا وَحَمَلَهَا الْإِنسَانِ. So we assume the leadership, the amana from Allah to deliver the man. We are representing Allah, Khalifatullah Allah. Plus, we have the lusts. They don't have lusts. They do all the obedience without thinking. We do it by choice. You are Muslims not by force. You are Muslims in America also by choice. And your credit in America is much more than you are living in your old country. If you go even to Mecca, live in Mecca, everybody Muslim there. Here, you are Muslim and you are really, people look at us, crazy Muslim. Crazy, you dress like this, crazy like this, crazy. You pray 5 times a day, don't you feel? You see, you get more credit from Allah. Yes? sister.
In the same context.
I'm sorry.
sorry.
That's okay. I was going to ask you, like you say, if they have to live 3 months together, but suppose there's violence in the house, the man is beating the wife, the kid, shouldn't somebody else live with them to make sure that they don't get hurt? Or
Yes, you see, in the Islamic countries, Allah says much more than that. He said, when there is a problem, فَابْعَثُوا حَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهِ وَحَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهَا إِنْ يُرِيدَا إِصْلَاحًا يُوَفِّقِ اللَّهُ بَيْنَهُمَا. Bring somebody, arbitrator, from her family, from his family, stay with them to hash out differences. And not to have violence. And if Allah wants them to come back, Allah look at their honest, sincere hearts. If they deserve it, then Allah will hash out their difference. If they don't deserve it, what can we do? And in order that you deserve it, you have to be humble, not to be aggravated. Why we get mad at each other, we'll come to it when we come to, there is a chapter called, you have a problem with Allah. All of us, you Muslim, the good Muslims, the very good Muslims, you have more problem with Allah than the regular Muslim. You have more problem with Allah, you have more problem with Allah, you have more problem with Allah than the regular Muslims. We'll tell you more, what did I do to have a problem with Allah? We'll talk about it. I have one chapter about it. Yes?
Yes, same kind of
Yes.
context, same two questions. One is that, how you do that separation in this country when you don't have the relatives from each other's family?
Now we have to tell them, you have to control yourself in one room or the other. You are mature, she is mature. You are a professional man, she is a professional woman. If they are both are professional, even if they are not professional, at least you are a human being, she's a human being. You stay in one room, she stays in another room. Come to the kitchen, work like friends. But you want to be violent, then I cannot help it. Therefore, go both of you to jail. Well, this is the only way. I mean, we are talking from a humanistic point of view. Why in the world now I should be violent on my wife when I got married to her? Oh, my sweetheart, or my habibati mujata qalbi, and all these nice words. Why now? Because she aggravated me, I have to hit her. No, she's a human being like me. So your rules and regulation, my rules and regulation. Like you work in a professional society. Do you shout at everybody in the professional society? Why in the world I have to shout at my wife? Because I'm mad at her. Even, aren't you mad at so many employees in your companies, in your... Would you shout at them and yell at them? Nothing. So why in the world I have to shout at my wife because she was my wife and now I'm mad at her, I have to hurt her feeling? No. There in the office, they'll call 911. So she will call 911 again. And I told you, don't call 911. Go and make Salat al-Haja and cry to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send angels so as Allah will crush his ego or her ego and then live peacefully. Yes?
You know, I quite didn't understand that answer of yours. They can live for 3 months, can they live for 2-3 years together like this?
No.
Without getting talaq?
No? I mean, this means that they'll join together without joining together?
Yeah. How can they do that?
I don't know. That's
I mean, Islamically.
Islamic. I mean, either did they take the talaq?
No, but they don't want to get together.
I have something.
Yes.
I think the rules of Allah are solid and concrete. There's no wishy-washy things. You know, they either do business and...
Raise your voice. Raise your voice. What?
I don't think there's wishy-washy things in Islam. You know, Sharia is something...
Listen, أخي, no talking when somebody is talking. Otherwise, إن الله لا ينزع البركة من مجلس لا ينصت فيه بعضهم إلى بعض. When somebody talk, all of us listen. Yes, go ahead.
I don't think there is something wishy-washy in Islam. You know,
Yes.
something solid in Sharia.
Yes.
Either you hate that person and go with the rules, you know, like those 3 months of Iddah, and separate. That's full. That choice has been given to the woman. If she doesn't like it, you know, then that's it. Otherwise, then she tried to compromise. There are the only 2 ways to go.
But her question is different.
Yeah.
In her case, the husband has not pronounced talaq.
Yeah, it's the
Then
violence.
she doesn't like to take talaq.
The pronouncement of talaq that the iddah starts.
No, but then she has to wait for the husband to give
Yeah, we
talaq.
said with Khula also.
No, no, right.
All for even in the sake of...
So we are talking here about separation.
There's no separation in Islam.
No, they can wait like 3 years and then decide they're going to do that.
This is what they are.
I mean, whether they have children or no children, to stay separated, it's going to create, more than 3 months without even, she has the right to take her khul'a. Nobody wants to live humiliated, isolated, lonely, with anxiety and whatnot. She wants somebody who loves her. She wants somebody who respects her. And the reverse is true. I'm not talking only sex, although this is part of eating. Like you eat every day, you want to get rid of the extra hormones from your body, and the only one who gives it to you is your wife or your husband. But you have to do it with rules and regulation to enjoy it. How in the world you want to abstain completely and harass yourself completely? Unless your husband died, God bless his soul, and you are now staying for a year or two. Even Islam says go and marry as soon as possible after the Iddah. You marry after the Iddah? Don't you feel ashamed of yourself? You should not marry, you should stay. No. You know Imam Abu Hanifa, Hanafi school? May Allah bless his soul, when his wife died, what happened? You follow school of Abu Hanifa, huh? While he was coming from the graveyard, before he arrived to home, he went and officiated his marriage on another wife. Everybody, you, Abu Hanifa, you do this? He said, I don't want to do any haram within myself in my house, so I want to have halal. Why? With me. Now, if anybody does like this, what you'll say? You Muslim. You the Hanafi school of followers. You will wallah shout at him, yell at him. Don't you feel ashamed? At least wait. Wait for some time. Are you happy that she died in order to have another one? No. He's not talking for sex. He was talking about loneliness. He wants to companionship with himself. And even sex, is it haram? No haram. Iddah for the wife, so as to make sure whether she is pregnant or not pregnant. To man, no pregnancy. Yes.
Well, Iddah for the wife is 3 months because of pregnancy.
Mainly.
No.
Mainly,
if she's pregnant, then she has to wait till the baby is born.
I know.
To know whether she's pregnant or not. But nowadays you can know before you miss the period.
Even that, she has to have the Iddah. Even if they go through CAT scan or ultrasound or testing or whatnot, she has to wait the 3 months. We cannot delete the ayah because we can see, we can know. No. She has to stay 3 months. Yes?
About the khula,
Yes.
if a woman took the khula and their husband is paying child support, how long should that last?
Yeah. I'm glad that you are bringing all these issues. But these are living crises that we see. Now he has, in the Iddah, he is to assume 100% responsibility for everything. After the Iddah and talaq is over, it's considered one talaq, huh? By the way, even if he says 1 million talaq, or say talaq 3 times, it's one. If he means it, not emotionally. Emotionally, 100 times 0, but he has to pay 3 days fasting. But after the 3 months, now the custody of the little children in the hand of the mother. She is to act as a babysitter for them, and he has to, as I said before, house everything to support them. Now, if she marries, it depends now, of course, at least his support to her is 0 because there is another husband supporting her. But his support to the children is still to continue. Now, some people, some school of thought, they tell you, therefore the children have to be taken from her, given to the father. I said, it's not logical. Let's be realistic. Islam is a humanistic religion. And especially in a minority like here, who will give them the love much more than their own biological mother? His new wife? His mother? His grandmother? His aunt? Come on, give me a break. So Islam is a humanistic religion. Keep them with the wife till they become the age of puberty, which is between 12 and above. And then ask them, do you want to join the father or you want to stay with me? According.
So far as the boys are concerned, my impression was that the Sharia allows the father to be the guardian from age 7 onward. And the
you see, not 7, 9 or 12. It depends from country to country, not only school to school also, upon the temperature of the climate which make him mature. Would our children 7 to 9 will be mature here? No. In Arabian Peninsula, yeah, in that time, not now. Now they are spoiled, all of them. Oh, even there, they are spoiled. Not only the climate, but even now the atmosphere of socially, culturally, whatnot, he's not mature, he's baby. At that time, in the days of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, every child has been taken away from his mother into the desert to live with the animals and then and go for business people with their relatives and friends and others to become a man at that age. Now we're very spoiled. We reach 19 and still you take care of your babies like. So, I mean, yeah, he has to join the father because he is grown up now, mature enough to be independent and to get married. But now they are all spoiled. So keep them with their mother to raise them.
What happened to the other two? I thought there had to be 3 divorces. So one divorce, then there's Iddah. What happened to the other two?
I'm glad that you raised this question. Suppose he divorced her legally, not emotionally, and the judge has given the rules and regulation for Iddah, and they stayed not 3 months and they didn't want to join. So now the divorce is in reality. After 6 months or 1 year, they try to, because the hassling, raising the children between both, whatnot, they agreed, we'll forgive each other, let's join each other. They have to remarry. Okay? And
no second and third.
that, 1 second. I'm taking step by step. So they remarry and they come back to each other as husband and wife. They married long time ago, suppose, early marriage. They divorced. They now, after the Iddah is over, they did not join, they have to remarry. Okay? Therefore, that is second marriage. They live happy and then shaitan came to them. They divorced a second time. Huh? And after the Iddah, they came back and remarry third time. And now they divorce the third time. Now, after divorce the third time, khalas, they have no way to join each other unless she goes and marries somebody else. And then, if that man and she decide to divorce, then he has the right to join you. It's the most hatred thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it that way, so to tell you how ugly you, husband, why? You don't know your respect. Are you filthy, dirty, sex, to the extent immoral? Do you want your wife to go and have sex with somebody and then if he divorces her and if she divorces him to come? I said, after Iddah is over and it was over and then remarry and then divorce, remarry 3 times, no more. Now, unfortunately, let me tell you what some countries do. Unfortunately, there is a curse on behalf of Allah for those people who do the following. What brother was telling us, تحليل لعن الله المحلل والمحلل له. And Islam says she has to remarry 3rd time after they really make it 3 times. What they do, some people, out of either courtesy or respect or whatever they want, okay, I'll officiate your marriage to somebody while you are here. We finish the marriage papers, huh? Listen to me properly, huh? I'll officiate your marriage now to somebody while we are here. Also, I'll divorce you at the same time. So I made you to marry, I made you to divorce while you're sitting in front of me. Then I'll officiate your marriage back to your husband. See, playing the game on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The curse will fall from Allah upon those who play the game on the sharia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are trying to please people, displeasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They should be humiliated if they have repeated this back and whatnot. Then after the Iddah is over and they left each other, they decided and then remarry, redivorce. They don't deserve but to be worse than animals. Yes?
You know, this applies the same way to the khula also, right? Like this lady who's on, 3 months there, they cannot reconcile.
Within 3 months they can reconcile.
For khula also. And then if they cannot go and live separately, and then, you know.
Same thing, you see, the only difference.
They have to get remarried after 3 months.
After 3 months they have to remarry. But within the 3 months they can join each other without remarriage. But it's considered one talaq. But whether you see khul'a or talaq is the same thing. But the khul'a comes from the wife. So as to differentiate who is doing the talaq, is it the husband or the wife? Terminology. Terminology only. Talaq means husband, khul'a means wife. But both means what? Divorce. And rules and regulations, the very same, no problem. You have the right, he has the right. But if you do divorce to your husband, you relinquish your rights of late mahr. If he divorce, he has to pay the late mahr plus all the other thing. That's you are responsible because you divorce, so you have to pay for it. You divorce, you pay for it. Yes.
I have two questions.
Raise your voice.
Two questions, brother.
Yeah.
One, could you explain late meher? And two, in our country, and I
Which one? Which country?
This is Pakistan.
Yeah, okay.
They tell us that after 3 months, it's final, and that's it. And what I hear you say, it's not final, you can remarry. Is there a time period in which you can remarry, or can you stay apart 10 years and then come back and remarry?
See, unfortunately, our customs and habits superseded the Sharia. And the followers of the schools of thought have added to the school of thought that leader of the school of thought is unaware of it. If we bring Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anh now, they'll make him kafir. They will tell him, you don't know your school, we know your school better. True. Shafi'i, Imam Shafi'i radiallahu anh, if you bring Imam Shafi'i now, the Egyptians and some of the Arabs will tell him, you Imam Shafi'i, you don't know your school, we know it better than you. Let's educate you what you didn't know. Because you lived only between Egypt and Iraq and Syria. You didn't come to India, you didn't come to America, so you know nothing. Imam Abu Hanifa, did he live in America? No. You tell him you lived in Iraq and India much more than any other country, so you know that part of the world 1,200 years ago. So you are not here. We know better than you. But now, by the way, accidentally ask anyone who says, I'm Hanafi. Can you tell me more about Imam Abu Hanifa? When he was born? Where? How long he lived? Then you tell me, can you tell me the names of the titles of his books that he has written?
I can tell him where he was born in Iran.
How long? How many years he lived? Do you know how many books he has written? The titles of the books? So how we are arguing on his school of thought that even his books titles, we don't know them. So we don't know anything about them, but we argue on their behalf. But I said that is culture, that you have heard it from year after year, and we added, we deleted, and whatnot. It became much more than Sharia. If you take a course in Sharia, there are 18 items. One item say, customs and habit supersede Sharia. And it's very difficult to change the custom through the Sharia. Tell them this is Sharia, they tell you no, this is custom. Ya akhi, this is haram. No. We have seen it 1,000 years. You are making it haram for us? No, it's halal. Or the reverse is true. So anytime you bring Sharia into action, you find the one who object to you, customs and habits. But you have to absorb it. Otherwise, you fight.
No, the answer is not there. But is there any time limit, like in 10 years or 15 years or?
There is no time for joining together?
Yes.
You can join anytime.
Okay,
But you have to remarry. I mean,
But is it 10 years you can wait and join? That's what she's asking.
there is no waiting period at all. The waiting period is only 3 months.
No, but to remarry. If this woman has not married and the man has not married and they're raising children and 3, 5, 7 years later, they're more mature and they realize that...
If they want to join together, they have to remarry each other.
In 7 years?
There's no time limit.
I'm saying, they have the right to remarry any person after 3 months, okay? For the woman. For the woman, she has the right after 3 months to marry any man. Suppose she never married. And suppose he never married. And after 10 years, 3 years, 1 year, whatever number, now they said, let's remarry. Can you object them to come and join together? Because now they came mature, as she said. They recognize now we have children, we better come together. Shaitan is out of their way. Rahman is with them. Let's join together. But they have to go marry like any other person.
After how many talaq? The critical question seems to be whether there has to be an intervening marriage after that or not. What my sister Annie is saying is whether there is to be an intervening. Now in Pakistan and in the subcontinent, the general belief about Sharia is that when a husband pronounces a talaq, and even if he has not pronounced 3 times in the 3-month period, that is considered to be having pronounced 3 times, and then there is a final divorce at the end of the 3 months, and if that final divorce has been done, then there is not going to be any remarriage between the two unless there is an intervening marriage of the wife with another person and a divorce from him, and then there is going to be a second marriage between the two people. Now this is the Sharia so far as it is practiced in Pakistan. I'm familiar with that. Now I understand what you're saying is that there has to be clear 3 divorces, about 2 divorces, and then the 3rd time they have to have.
That is the Sharia, not the customs in subcontinent. I know, I have lived with it with the Indo-Pakistanis in America. They tell me all this. I said, show me where in the Sharia of Abu Hanifa.
Well, I come from the Indian
Huh?
subcontinent. I come from the Indian subcontinent, and I did not hear anything different than what you have said.
Right.
But I have heard what he said too. I have heard what you said, I have heard what he said, because then I bring them what Sharia is, and I verify it for them from all the schools of thought. There is nothing like that except, yes, that is Sharia of customs and habit. That is Sharia of the true Sharia. So it depends which area or which Maulana took over that group of people, because most of us, let's be realistic, did you go to Nadwat al-Ulama in India and studied Sharia? Did you go to the Deobandi School of Thought and that? No. Did you go to Azhar Sharif and all? No. Even Egyptians. Doesn't mean they studied. And even if I went to Azhar and I studied, you know what in Azhar they tell you? Listen, even if you want to take a PhD or master or BA, they tell you which school of thought you want to college to. This is the college of Shafi'i. You study only the Shafi'i school of thought. And you get a degree only in Shafi'i school. This is a school of Hanafi. This is a school of Hanbali, the school of Maliki. And they will teach you only one school. You end up narrow-minded, only one school. Why not to study all of them? No. Then you have to have a degree in master thesis to say comparative in one issue of it, not every issue. PhD, one issue, comparative study, what Imam Abu Hanifa, Maliki, Shafi'i has said in that particular issue, you get a degree. So we are narrow-minded even in those universities. And most of us, we are not graduate of any Sharia classes. Let's be realistic. We took Islam from mom and dad, and what Maulana told mom and dad, and mom and dad told us that what Imam said, khalas, as if he is God, and that's it. You go to the masjid, you see Maulana, and he reads Qur'an even with hundreds of mistakes, but because melodic voice, you think, mashallah. And he jumped even from surah to surah without knowing that he is jumping, he made mistakes in it, and you are listening beautifully, happily. I have caught so many hafiz, not qari, jumping from surah to surah, from ayah to ayah, and people are so happy. We corrected some of them. They said, he's not hafiz. I said, it's you call him hafiz. We had one young hafiz of a son of a hafiz, grandson of another hafiz, and qari and alim. He came to California and he started reading in Ramadan. He made so many mistakes. We had one brother from Mecca. I told him, you correct him. But that Meccawi didn't memorize the Quran, but at least he carried the Quran in Taraweeh. Corrected him. Later on, that Hafiz found out that the one who is correcting him, listen, he's carrying the Quran. He found out, you are correcting through the Quran? He said, yeah. He said, your salat is batil. He said, okay. You consider me batil in my salat, so what? He said, no, because you corrected me, I as an imam, my salat is batil. Then all of you have to repeat the whole Taraweeh. We went to Dr. Muzammil Siddiqui, because that brother from subcontinent, we told him to come and tell him. He told him, he said, no, everything is okay. He said, no, my father said that, so all of you are wrong. So I'm telling you, even a son, 20 years old, has become blindfolded. Whatever his father might have told him, rightly or wrongly, he is want to enforce it on the whole ummah. That you have no right to carry Quran even behind me, even if I make mistakes. It's not your problem. It's not your business. You should not correct me because I am above mistake. You are a human being. And really, every imam, even Mecca, in Mecca, all those big hafiz, the imam, he has about dozens behind him. who are all hafiz, because he might forget. Immediately they correct him softly, not loudly, and immediately he corrects himself. That's a human nature. No one is above mistake. Be humble enough. Even a superhero memorizer of Qur'an, you know, sometimes in Fatiha you make mistake. Fatiha, make mistake. Just to teach you a lesson, don't claim I am and I am and I am. You forget, you apologize. You make mistake in salat, you apologize to Allah, and then you make sajda, sujood sahw and whatnot. Any other?
The late Mahr.
Late Mahr. The late Mahr differ from school to school. Some school of thought, they say you have to give it during life. Either on a monthly basis or whatnot. Others say, no, leave it for divorce if it happened. Others, they say, leave it till he dies, and it is for your hand to make use of it before you take the inheritance and whatnot, because you are going to live a miserable life. You need financial support. So, depends what you want. And some people say late Mahr is what? Tilawatu Qur'an. It's enough. Not money. See, unfortunately now people are talking money, 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 money. And I have seen miserable of money. Last 2 weeks I officiated a marriage from the subcontinent. They are poor, miserable, the family of the boy. But the family of the girl, they said, no, we have to have 1,000 now, 5,000 late Mahr. The marriage was not consummated yet. We officiated, next week. Next week, They came to me, it's over. I said, what's over? Yet we did not send the papers to the government. We are supposed to send, we have 3-month period to send the paper to government. So it's over. The family of the girl told the boy, get out, give us 5,000 late Mahr. 5,000 late Mahr. They didn't consummate the marriage. They didn't join together yet. The family of the girl told the boy, get out and give us 5,000. Can they get 5,000? They'll get not only 0, they have to pay the penalty for the whole marriage of party and whatnot. So people nowadays are thinking of money, 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 money. And yesterday I told you about Singaporean Muslims, 5 C's and whatnot. So let's not talk about money, money. If you want really the best, the least of all. What is the least of all? What?
Some days.
Some days. If that's what he's capable of doing.
Quran.
Either you read Qur'an, and it's enough. Blessing. And the more people really look at life not as money, 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 Allah will bless you more and more. If you look for money, 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 nothing will bless. My marriage to my wife, how much? Advance and late. Late Mahr. You are asking about late Mahr, Annie? Annie? You are asking about late Mahr? My late Mahr to my wife, how much? And advanced Mahr, how much? You know the Lebanese lira? Nowadays, the $1 is equal 1,800 lira. 1,800. Before I came to America, it was 2 liras. Now 1,800 liras. And her late Mahr is 1 lira. Means 1 over 1/1800 of a dollar.
Didn't she forgive that Mahr?
I told her everything is yours. I told her, get everything. You want to divorce me? Take everything. I don't want anything. I want peace and happiness. Raise your voice.
Then have to forgive it. Forgive that Mahr.
Is 1 over 1/1800 of a dollar. It's nothing. Yeah.
My question is, I had heard, and this is the clarification I wanted, that the Mahr should be paid before you consummate the marriage.
No,
that's
that is
not-
late. I mean, the advanced Mahr, yes. The advanced Mahr before consummation. The second late Mahr can be any time during life, or after divorce, or after death. Depends from school to school. Any other? Yes, Akhi. Raise your voice.
You mentioned about the maintenance during the period of Iddah.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the alimony per se, according to the law here? If finally,
According to American law, or
in the sense, since we are here, I'm talking about the law here. After 3 months, if say the husband and wife decide to stay separate or get divorced finally, then what will be the obligation of the husband to his former wife?
According to America?
No, according to Sharia.
You were saying here according to here.
No, I refer to it as alimony per se.
Alimony, in America there is something called alimony. What is alimony? Is it the late Mahr?
No, this is basically maintenance according to them. Rather, a portion of his property, assets.
That is when they divorce, they separate 50-50. Islam, there is nothing 50-50, unfortunately, but many of us are misusing the Sharia. And for that reason, many women are not accepting the Sharia. They say Sharia doesn't give us our rights. While Islam gives her right, but we men are abusing the Sharia against our women, and therefore they are ending up wrongly misinformed that I'm losing my haqq. Yes, your wife is 50-50, but if you are divorcing her, you have to give her the child support, and you have to give her late mahr, you have to make them to live in a house, and all these means you are giving still everything during Iddah, and after Iddah, you have to keep her in a house with the children and spending all the money on them till she marries. If she marries, that money that you are giving her as a babysitter, for her, will be given by her husband, but the children, you are responsible for them while she is taking care of them. And even as a babysitter, you give her extra money. You may call it alimony, you may call it child support. Child support is independent. You have to give it, no doubt about it. So, what's the best? Stay together.
Stay together, yeah. There is a question
Believe
that in case of divorce, most people are saying that that husband should pay the mahr and also should pay the child support and also pay expenses for the ex-wife to go to school so that she can go and get a job.
No, school is not.
No, school is not. The school,
family, children.
You should have made her to go to school when you were together. You should have educated her how to be independent. Because I have the tips, I wish you read them, what I was planning to read this morning. You have to make sure that your wife today, if you die now, she knows how to handle herself. Unfortunately, many of us, I have some cases, people came to America 8 years ago. Up till now, his wife doesn't drive a car. He has 6 children from her, and he is stuck at home to take care of everything, but not to allow his wife even to drive a car. Why? I say, if you die now, how she's going to handle herself? Nothing. She doesn't know how to go to the bank. She doesn't know anything. Taking care of 6 children, and you take also children to school and come back, and he's on public aid. You see, what can I do? Is this the way? No. Crazy, but his male chauvinist doesn't want to see his wife doing all these activities. It doesn't work. You have to make sure, if I die now, would my wife be ready to be independent and survive or no? And since many male die before female, whether we like it or not, we have to know that I'm going to die before my wife. I hate to see my wife cursing me while I'm in the grave. I hate to see my children refuse to make dua maghfirah for me in the grave because I did not show them the way how to live independently from me. Traveling even, I'm the worst traveler. Every week I'm traveling. Every week I'm traveling. But they gave me now by force. Usually I go public telephone. Now, by force, I have to call them every day 3-4 times to make sure they are happy. They have no problem. Even the community. Today is Sunday. They are to run the Sunday school for the children, for the teenagers, and for the parents. We secured a public speaker for them, for the adult. The children, my wife is taking care of the whole school with her teachers because she's running the whole school. And the teenagers, I have some of the teachers running it, make sure everything. But also I have to call. That's the idea, because anything can die. I can die now, she can die now. Anything may happen haphazard. You have to be in touch and make sure that she knows how to handle herself. Don't hide any account from her. Even the accounts, even living trust. Not only life insurance, medical insurance, even living trust. Then if you make a living trust for your family, you donate $1 million for the non-profit organization, make a life insurance on that $1 million that you donated is being used by the Muslims, and your family, after you die, get $1 million. So you didn't lose a single thing. And do you know what I'm talking about, huh? No. You,
Interest.
huh?
I know the interest, but what about
No, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I said living trust. You donate money for a non-profit organization, suppose $1 million. Because most of the time our brothers in the field of accounting and whatnot, they come in ISNA, ICNA, Maya, whatnot, they talk on living trust. And they come to the doctors and to the big business people. Not to small people like us who have no money, alhamdulillah, I don't care. But they tell them, if you donate $1 million to a non-profit organization, $1 million, for the sake of building a masjid, they will take the money, they'll give you tax deductible $1 million. At the same time, you make insurance on that $1 million because it is there in the account of the non-profit organization. And you pay the monthly insurance on it, which is $100, whatever, $200 a month. After you die, at least the $1 million will come back to your children. So your children got the $1 million, the society got $1 million. You paid only a few $100s during that period. It's not my specialty, but I hear it every time I attend any conference, IMA, they talk about it. All of you should think of living trust in order that the community benefit. Listen, I said otherwise we are ready to listen to anybody who wants to speak. It's okay. I said if you try to make living trust the way we understood it, the way we heard it from those every year, means you are benefiting the community and the children are benefiting. If you don't give that $1 million, when your children are going to get that $1 million from you, half of it go for taxation. Taxation.
The insurance is life insurance or the insurance on the money you are talking about?
Living trust.
Living trust is not life insurance.
Okay.
Now,
That's a different subject.
yes. Any more, or do you want to listen?
We'll continue.
We'll continue this one.
This is about wife.
I just want to make one comment.
Yes.
It's kind of what I'm hearing you say is that
One by one. Yes.
that nikah is something that is a desirable thing in Islam, so that we're not lonely. And in the subcontinent again, it's when you're divorced or when you're widowed, most of the time the woman is just expected to stay like that. Is there a penalty for that?
Unfortunately, I wish I started writing an article. I finished 25 pages already about loneliness. And one of the loneliness is the widow sisters. Unfortunately, our customs and habits does not allow us to encourage the wife who lost her husband to remarry again. Her children will never tolerate. I have a case in our neighborhood. She lost her husband. They are still young. She has 4 children. The older child, about 13, 14 years, listen here, mama. Wallah, wallah, if you remarry again, I'm going to kill him. I will never tolerate to see that any man living with you, coming and touching you. I am jealous of anyone who will allow him to come and touch you or sleep with you. I'll kill him. A young boy, 13, 14 years, out of love to his mom, he is not feeling that she needs a moral support, financial support. She's not after sex, and even sex, what's wrong with sex? It's part of life, you know it. I mean, the hormones are there. So, the children will never tolerate to see their mom living with another man. How in the world? That's custom, even in the Arab world.
Even dads in Pakistan, when it's late in life, the man's maybe 55, 60, he's expected to stay even if he's going to live another 20 years.
Unfortunately, that's a custom superseded our religious Sharia. Sharia says never ever you stay without a husband. Never ever stay without a wife. Otherwise you may commit haram, plus the loneliness without companionship. And you'll be living like a ghost inside your house. Like a ghost inside your house. But we will not tolerate it. Now, in the Muslim world, you may find another man, either his wife is divorced or widower, a man who also lost his wife. But here, how many you are going to find man, widower, means his wife died before him? Very few. So most of our sisters that we are seeing them now, widow with orphans. Nobody wants it. Yes?
Many times I think the customs, like you said, they supersede Islam. The life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is hasna to us. And except for Umm Aisha, they were all widows, to my understanding. As a matter of fact, Khadija al-Kubra was married more than
twice.
So that kind of marriage is permissible. And I think it was to show the whole mankind that that should be the example. And I think
he was the best example, but are we ready to allow ourselves to do what he did? Our society as a whole, as she said, her father, her relatives, her children, even friends in the society, in the Muslim world, for the sake of the widows, would you allow that honorable man to marry another widow out of sympathy for her and her children? No. Islam say yes, no way. And I asked you this morning, would you allow your husband to do? Maybe you may say yes, she may say no. Well, I'm telling you, it's a human nature. So, but put yourself in the shoes of those who lost their husband, how much miserable they are. Yes, it's not easy to have two, even not in the same house, in separate houses, each one. Suppose she has received from her husband a house, and you have house with your husband. She will tell him, don't worry, I have beautiful house, I have everything. You don't need to spend on me anything, money. But I want companion even once a week, twice a week. Would you allow him to go there? No. See? It's a human nature. No. But when you are in trouble, you say, I wish I said yes at that time to everyone, because I didn't know what does it mean to be a widow. I didn't know what does it mean to be lonely. I didn't know what does it mean to be having depression and ghost in my house. Ghost. You know ghost? Yeah. But Islam is Islam, has given the prescription. You doctors, you give prescription. Honest to God, when you give prescription, you think every sick person, when he gets the medicine, is sweet? Bitter. But he has to take it. Sometimes it makes us dizzy or whatnot, or if it has codeine or whatnot. You have to take it because. So, I mean, we are not now solving the whole problem. I agree with you, Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the best example. But we don't tolerate it. It never crossed our mind. Now we are talking family problem in a minority where they will never allow. I have a case study in New Jersey, an imam married his wife in the old country and came here, married an American sister and got the green card, and then he brought his wife. People, Muslims, went to the police and said this man has 2 wives. They came to his house of his American wife to see whether he is there. They asked her, is it true what we have heard, that your husband have 2 wives? She says, no, he's married to that wife, he is my boyfriend. He said, bye-bye. Boyfriend is halal in America, huh? She was smart, the American girl. She knew what the police will say. As long as he is a boyfriend, it's okay. But to be a husband to her and husband to the other, no, it's haram. I mean, it's problems going on. Who told the police? Muslims. I know. So I'm saying these are issues. I mean, Sharia, when we talk about Sharia, is Sharia. Reality is reality. Yes or no? Yes, Akhi.
I have 2 questions. Like things are changing in our, when my grandfather, I know that, that even in his time, when somebody died in the family, they used to take them under their shadow.
Yes.
They used to marry them.
Exactly.
And they used, even in our, grandfather time, things were happening. But things are changing very fast now.
Yes.
Because even when the young man, his wife died and he has small children, the whole family expect him not to get married. The second question is, did anybody challenge this here for 4 wives? That is normal in Islam. This is our Sharia, they have been challenged here.
Here?
Right.
We are not yet establishing ourselves as Muslims in America. White House doesn't have a single person or department of minority affairs of Muslims. 6-8 million Muslims doesn't care. The Khalifa, every Khalifa from Umayyads to Abbasiyin to Turk or to other, they used to appoint a Christian council and a Jewish council to advise the Khalifa how to handle the affairs. Even Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam appointed non-Muslims to tell him what to do with the non-Muslims. Even he sent a Christian ambassador to Ethiopia, even to communicate with him, even to the Roman Empire, whatnot. Because you have to know how to handle the minority. Here, nobody cares for us. It's our problem. How can we influence when we are having nothing? And by the way, the only thing the American government has done, I didn't give you that document, is this document. About more than 50 pages or whatnot, from United States Department of State, Washington, D.C. What is the title? Islamic Family Law. It's a huge document that they have, honest to God, when I read it last few years, I could not believe myself non-Muslims have brought that information about Shafi'i, Hanafi, Maliki, Hanbali, Ja'fari, what they say about everything we are discussing. Whether it's marriage, divorce, custody, inheritance, and all. Plus, how in the world Pakistan is doing it, Iran doing it, Saudi Arabia doing it, and Egypt is doing it. How they are, because these are major school of thought, so how in the world they are applying that school in detail, the background, and they tell you about nikah, the impediment, permanent impediment, temporary impediment, freedom of choice, provisions of the marriage contract, the bride price, mahr, the mahr, from all the schools of thought and how it is, support, which is nafaqah, obedience, mixed marriages, polygamy, divorce, talaq, all the schools of children's right, establishment of kinship, suckling, guardianship and support, financial organization of the family, inheritance, definitions of terms, and now they go definitions, and it goes on. And then the final thing, how to enforce the future of Islamic law, how to enforce it. And they say, we are not writing this to enforce it, we are writing it, giving it to the judges, so when Muslims come to you, you should be aware, what is their background? Is it they are from this school, that school, from this country, that country? You judges, you should be intelligent enough to see, and how those Muslim government have enforced that school of thought in their country, so you will be educated. It's an excellent document that we have. And the second document also related to the family. I mean, there are so many facts and figures about it, what goes on. But that is part of the things that everyone who is involved is to get a copy of it, educate yourself, then we know what. I was so surprised to see the detail of every school of thought, how much they went into it, and they brought it from those documents, not what we talk generally as customs and habit, but how the government is enforcing it also, they are talking about it, which is extremely important. Yes.
Accurate?
The accuracy of the information, they tell you from the book of Hanafi, it says, it's excellent, but it needs people to understand it first, to study it and understand before we execute it. And now, are we here in America? Are you going to tell me because I came from subcontinent, I am Hanafi and I want the Hanafi because Hanafi is better than Shafi'i or better than Maliki, or no? We are Muslims. Honest to God, those school of thought, they never made school of thought of themselves. The followers who were really innocent and ignorant, wallah, we loved. We loved Umar, we loved Umar so much, we want to follow what Umar tells us. So after he died, we are the followers of Umar. Who told you to follow me? I didn't tell you to. I still remember once in 70s, we went to Islamic Center of Washington, D.C., Jamal Badawi, myself, we are participating in a whole day seminar. The African American were so much impressed. They said, you Jamal, you Ahmad, now you have a school of thought. Now we are going to follow your school of thought. I said, what? What? We shouted at them, say, why not? Well, the beautiful information. So we are African American Muslim, and we are American Muslim. We don't know anything. So you are a role model for us. So you have a school of thought of your own, and you are repeating the same misery of what the other people have. The people Hanafi, Shafi, Hanafi, Malik, and they didn't know that it's a school of thought. We enforce it upon them. And now, honest to God, now when they come, they tell you cross it out. It does not apply to you in America. Even if it is to apply in Iraq or India at that time, 90% has been changed. But no, we want to enforce it. That's our problem, unfortunately. But if you say it now, anywhere to the Maulana or anybody, wallah, they'll kill you. They say, you want to change Islam, huh? Yeah, I'm not changing Islam. The Sharia of Islam may change how to apply it. From city to city, from from time to time, from area to area and temperate zone or whatnot. Shafi'i, in Egypt, he told them, you pray Asr when your shadow reaches your body. When he went to Iraq, no, like Abu Hanifa, two shadows. Why? Because in Egypt they work from morning till 2 o'clock, it's over. When it's over, they go home, they eat and nap. He said, before you nap, because if you nap, you go for Maghrib. So pray Asr early. In Iraq, they don't take off for after 2 o'clock. They take, for lunch and they come on war. He said, okay, since you are working, delay the Asr after 4 o'clock. So the 2 shadows, and then you go and make Asr and then go and whatever. Because of situation, because of from what time to what time you work. Then he said, Asr start from this, Asr start from that. And they said, how come you change your fiqh masala? He said, no, here is different from there. You have to be logical enough, intelligent enough, not to say exactly what Hanafi said at that time for every occasion. Use your common sense. That's the beauty of Islam. Unless there is a legislative system in Qur'an, no. Zakat is how much? 2.5%. Or 5%, or 10%, or 20%. That's Islam. 2.5% is what we talk about. It 5% for agriculture if you irrigated. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only send rain, it's 10%. If you have oil and precious metals, 20%. And Islam says if you find oil in your garden, it's your property, it's not the government property. Here in America, if you find oil, it's your property. In Arab world, it's not your property. It's the crazy leaders there. They are thieves. They took it away from their own people. It's for the people, it's not for the government. The government has to ask them to pay 20% taxes. Okay. Because it's natural resources. You didn't do anything. Allah brought it. Yes.
We need to take a 15-minute
yes.
break. 10 minutes.
سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. May Allah bless you and reward you. We'll see you after a few minutes, inshallah.